about, some I'm more so just intrigued by and interested in. And then some, there is still more I need to find out about it before I decide if it is one I do in fact want to see in theaters, or wait until it is on streaming, and I will let you know which is which. But starting out this list, we have The Monkey. Now, The Monkey is directed by Osgood Perkins, who also directed Longlegs, which was in my top 10 of favorite films of 2024. So I'm excited to see what Osgood Perkins does with The Monkey. This is a short story. Well, this is a movie based on a short story by Stephen King, who is one of my favorite authors. And I remember listening to the audiobook of this short story. Now, from the trailer, I don't know how accurate it is going to stick to the short story, but the concept looks the same. So, I'll be excited to see this. James Wan is also involved with this, who did The Conjuring, and I am a fan of those movies as well. So, it's also starring Adam Scott, Theo James, and Osgood Perkins is also apparently starring in it, which is cool. So, and apparently Elijah Wood's gonna be in it. So yeah, anyway, I am interested to see this one. Next up on our list, we have the movie Last Breath. Now, I just discovered this movie in preparation for this video. I was going through a list of all the movies coming out this year, and this one stuck out to me because of who it's starring, which is Woody Harrelson, and I am a Woody Harrelson fan. And the premise of it, this is a true story that follows seasoned deep sea divers as they battle the raging elements to rescue their crewmate trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface. And just that alone made me want to see it in theaters, because I already have a fascination with the ocean and I am terrified of it. And so to see this movie in theaters where they are under the ocean trying to rescue someone sounds so terrifying and intriguing and intense that I feel like this is one you will have to experience on the big screen. This is directed by Alex Parkinson and starring Woody Harrelson, Myanna Buring, and Simi Liu. And I just watched the trailer today, and very intense. And so I'm excited to see that one on the big screen. Up next, we have How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action remake. Now, I, for one, am not always a fan of the live-action remakes. I think they can just... Yeah, I've not been a fan of most of them that they've come out with. However, this one with dragons and Vikings just seems like it would be a good live-action one, and it excites me because I did enjoy the cartoon How to Train Your Dragon movie. So I hope they do it justice, and it will be cool to be able... This is one I would like to go see with my nieces and nephews, because I do feel like this is one especially my nephews would love. So if I'm able to go see it with them, that would make it all the better. So that is another one I am excited about. Also, they have Gerard Butler reprising his role as the father, and I think he will do an awesome job. It would have been cool if they could have gotten some of the others, but it makes sense they can't, because the others who voiced them are not kids. Now, I do believe Nick Frost was the voice of his character Copper in the cartoon, and he's reprising his role. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is true. The rest of the cast I don't really know, except for Julian Dennison, who's playing fish legs. I know him from Deadpool, but other than that, I don't really know the rest of the crew, so we will see. We will see. Hopefully they do it justice. But overall, I am not a fan of the live-action remakes. Next up on our list, we have James Gunn's Superman. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to add this one to the list or not. Ultimately, I decided to add it because it does intrigue me. I will see it, but I am skeptical. I just have been so... DC has been a hit or miss for me with the movies they're putting out. I was not a fan of Matt Reeves' Batman. I was super excited about it, super stoked, because I'm a big Batman fan, but I just did not enjoy it. I thought it was way too long, and I thought they tried to do too much in one movie, and they should have cut it down to focus more so just on the Batman and Riddler. Instead, they tried to do 3 or 4 different storylines in that one film, and it was just way too much, and I did not like it. I know I am not, I know that's not the popular opinion, or a lot of people disagree with me, and that's fine. And I even tried rewatching it, and I still have never been able to get into it. With that being said, this is a new director, new superhero, so I'll be curious to see what they do with it. But overall, James Gunn, I enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but I did not enjoy the Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn did. So I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because I really enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'm hoping Superman, he doesn't go as over the top as he did with Suicide Squad. I don't think he will, because Superman's not that type of character. Suicide Squad is more geared towards that over the top goofiness, and grotesqueness, I guess. I don't know, just Suicide Squad was way too much for me, but Superman, we'll see what he does with it. It's enough to keep me, so I'm also interested to see what this guy who's playing Superman does. Looking at the trailer, I'm not too impressed with him as Superman. I see him and I don't picture Superman. Henry Cavill did such a good job as Superman. It's going to be hard for this guy to follow that up. And I could be wrong. I don't think I've seen this guy, David Corenswet, in anything. I could be wrong. We can look at his list here. Okay, he was in Twisters. I don't know who he was in Twisters, but I saw that. But it looks like Twisters is the only thing I've seen him in, and I don't even know who he was in that, so I don't really have much to base it on. So we'll see. I hope it's good. I enjoy a good, I want DC to go on a nice run with good DC movies. I don't feel like they've had a good streak of just back-to-back good DC movies since the Batman, the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. They haven't been able to, in my opinion, do anything that has stuck. So I'd love for them to have their run of good DC movies, but I'm just not super hopeful. Next up, we have the Fantastic Four, First Steps. I'm kind of over Marvel. I'm sort of, I don't really have much of I've just been, I had that climax with, seeing it from the beginning with Iron Man, and then all the way to Endgame, and that was my Marvel, that was my Marvel peak. After that, it's just gone downhill, hasn't lived up to it, and I'm okay with that. because that was so awesome to live through and experience. And I haven't really, there have been maybe like some of the Spider-Man movies I've enjoyed since then. You know, we've had a couple good ones here and there, but for the most part I just haven't been a fan of what Marvel's done. But it'd be awesome to get a good actual Fantastic Four movie, because they've never done good with these. So yeah, I am intrigued by this one, and I'll wait to see a trailer, and I most likely will end up seeing this in theaters. Next up, we have the one that is probably my most anticipated film of 2025 due to its prequel that came out last year and was my favorite movie of the year, which was Wicked. We have Wicked for Good. Yeah, I'm stoked for this one. You know, I'd never listened to like the Wicked album from Broadway. I haven't looked into it, so I don't know the story. So I don't know what happens. So I'm very excited for this one. I loved the first one. The music was so good. The characters were great. So I'm really excited to see how they follow it up. I'm really hoping it doesn't fall into the trap of the first one was so good that this one just can't live up to it. And I need to not let myself get overhyped about it to where I don't enjoy it. The first one had the benefit of me having low expectations going into it, so I can't have too high expectations going into it, or else it might not be able to live up to them. So we have to take a step back, but I am very excited about this film. Next up, we have Mickey 17. This one just looks like a bizarre, interesting, fun movie with Robert Pattinson, who I've enjoyed as of late in what he's done. And so it's definitely intriguing to me. I don't necessarily need to see this one in theaters. I probably will. But if I don't, that's okay. I'll still check it out. But yeah, it seems like a interesting movie. And I'm excited to, I think Robert Pattinson does a good job with his characters and making them all unique. And so I'm excited to see how he plays this character and what he does. So, yeah. Next up, we have Death of a Unicorn. This movie is an A24 film, which I know in my previous movie video about my top 10, I was not kind to A24 in regards to how I describe their movies. And funny enough, I have 2 of their movies on my anticipated list for this year. But I really like the cast of this movie. I mean, you got Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, who's been, I think he's hilarious, and then Paul Rudd, who I enjoy, and then Dia Leone, who I haven't seen her in anything in a while, but she's fantastic. And this just sort of looks like a fun movie to me, that I'd be excited to see, and it looks funny. So next up we have Warfare, which is another A24 film. And both these movies seem different to what A24 usually puts out. But this one is based on an ex-Navy SEAL real-life experience during the Iraq War. And I think that's pretty fascinating, so I'm excited to see it. I think Alex Garland is directing it, along with Ray Mendoza, who's the ex-Navy SEAL. And I think Alex Garland with Civil War, although the movie wasn't my favorite, I thought the war scenes, the actual fighting scenes, were really cool. So I'm excited to see an actual war movie that's solely about war and not photography and see what he can do with these war scenes and everything. So, and the fact that the ex-Navy SEAL who it's based on is a part of it as well helps me be confident for it. So, I also believe Will Poulter's in this one as well. No, it's not. It's Joseph Quinn. No, Will Poulter is in it. Okay, I was not wrong. Joseph Quinn is in it, but also Will Poulter. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's a good crew right there. Those two alone. So, anyway, and then last one that we really don't know much about yet is called The Life of Chuck. This one is directed by Mike Flanagan, and again, this is based on a Stephen King short story. And it's starring Matthew Lillard, Tom Hiddleston, and Karen Gillan, and just those three things, like it being based on a Stephen King short story, it having Tom Hiddleston, Matthew Lillard, and Karen Gillan is enough to intrigue me. I haven't read this short story. I plan to now that the movie's coming out. And there's no trailer. Not a whole lot is known about it, other than the cast and the fact that it's based on a Stephen King short story. Even the description is not too, it doesn't give you too much information. It just says a life-affirming, genre-bending story based on Stephen King's novella about 3 chapters in the life of an ordinary man named Charles Krantz. And it's a drama, fantasy, sci-fi. So, yeah, I'll be very intrigued by that. Excited to see more about it, and then ultimately see it. So, anyway, those are the ones that I am excited about to see in this year's lineup. There were some others that almost made the list, but I watched the trailers and just wasn't too intrigued, and I'm sure there'll be others that come around that I actually end up seeing or am more intrigued by, but for now, these are the ones. So, what are you guys interested in seeing this year? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if any of these movies are ones you'd like to see a review on. I might try to do a review on a handful of these. But yeah, that's it for today. So until next time, you guys take care, and I'll see you later.